Lisa, when are you gonna be back from that meeting at the school? I've been home from work for an hour and you're still not here? I don't know what to do about dinner either.
It might be a little while longer. I'm in a PTA meeting with the other parents. I made some lasagna and garlic bread. It should be in the fridge, so go ahead and help yourself. If Davy and Maria are already home, feed them too, please.
Only that? You're kidding me. I've already finished the lasagna. Where's the garlic bread?
It's right on the counter. It might be a bit dry, so you should put it in the oven for about 10 minutes to warm it up. Wait, you finished the lasagna. Did the kids have some too?
There was barely enough there for me. This garlic bread looks like a small portion too. Why do you always buy the small size of everything? It's never enough. And you're saying I have to eat it up. This is the last thing I want to do after a busy day at work. Just come home, okay? That meeting's not that important anyway.
I put the lasagna on separate plates and everything. What are Davy and Maria gonna do for dinner tonight? And for your information, this meeting is concerning our children's future. The school is low on funding.
Whatever, just come home and make me something. I can't relax on an empty stomach.
Empty stomach? You ate the whole lasagna. How can you still be hungry? Our kids are not gonna be happy when they find out you did that.
Watch it with the back talking, Lisa. I'm your husband, okay? I go to work and earn money to provide for this family. Just pick up something for them on the way home, some fast food or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. The least you could do is try and prepare a decent meal that's actually filling for once. I'm not gonna let myself starve. As a man, I've gotta eat till I'm full, and that's just the way it has to be.
Polly, I cooked a nutritious meal for our children and you ate all of it. Why do you think it's just okay for our kids to eat fast food? Don't you think they need something healthier?
Wow, you really are persistent, aren't you? There's some salad in the fridge that I haven't touched. They can have that. Besides, my parents raised me on fast food. Almost every night we went to a different place. Fried chicken on Mondays, burgers on Wednesdays, pizzas on Fridays. Kids love that stuff.
That's besides the point. Polly, you need to make something for them. There's some frozen chicken nuggets in the freezer. Do those with the salad and some of those instant mashed potatoes.
Sounds complicated. Anyways, I'm still hungry. Get back here soon, or I'm just gonna go out and get something at a restaurant.
I already told you I might be a while.
Man, what other husband that we know just starves in his own house? All my coworkers are always having steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, the whole nine. At least I would appreciate a decent meal. Not a lot to ask, seeing as I'm the one supplying the funds for all of this. Speaking of, what are you spending all that money on? I get a paycheck each month, but it just disappears.
Our food budget is capped out at $200 a month. Davy is eating a lot these days, seeing as he's on the soccer team. He's a growing boy. Maria never tends to eat a lot, but between you and me, Davy, that much money is really cutting it close. Then, when you add up the rent, utilities, tuition, gas, everything else, there's barely anything left over. I'm doing my best to use what we have to make nutritious food for the kids and for you.
Are you trying to say that I'm not bringing home enough? I almost break my back working that construction job every day.
This isn't anything to joke about, Polly. You need to think realistically about this. I get the picture that you don't really have a grasp of how much things really cost. And to be honest, that construction company you're working for hasn't given you a raise in over a year. What's going on there?
Oh, shut up. I have a perfectly fine idea of how much everything costs. It's my money, for God's sake. Davy's soccer is about $200 a month, right? What do you say we drop that and have more leeway for meals and that?
His soccer costs about $130 a month. Davy loves playing soccer. Don't you see how excited he is to go every Saturday? We can't take that away from him. We gotta make sacrifices in some other areas, like maybe eating a bit less.
Oh my God, woman. Did you not hear what I just said? There's not enough food. And this isn't just tonight. It's been like this for the past few months. No, this whole year. I'm getting tired of this unsatisfied feeling at the end of dinner. The soccer's gotta go. Oh, Maria's ballet too. That's gotta be at least 200.
You're really being unreasonable. Sacrificing our children's passions just to have enough money to buy more food? Your priorities are so out of whack. I can't believe you would even say that.
It's not enough. Your lasagna wasn't even good either. I'd way prefer some chicken wings and nachos. Yeah, that'd hit the spot. There's an envelope with some money in it on the fridge. I'm gonna take this and head out.
Polly, that's the money for Maria's recital. She's gotta give that to her ballet school tomorrow.
Yeah, I might go to that bar in Oak Ridge. Oh, I guess that means I can't take the kids either. Oh no. It probably isn't a great idea to leave the kids alone at home, but what are you gonna do?
What's wrong with you? You've totally lost it.
Watch your mouth. You're the one who's lost it, only making a small portion of dinner every night, making me and the kids starve. Then you head to some pointless meeting instead of taking care of your family. Sometimes I question if you're even a good mother or not.
You take that back. You're being a total, complete jerk.
Yeah, well, I better get going. I might be able to still make happy hour.
Hey Hazel, how are you doing? Are you at home now by any chance? Oh hey Lisa, not too bad. Some of the part-timers have been filling in for me at the office so I can work from home. It's quite relaxing. Watching Thomas can be a bit of a handful though. That's good to hear. Actually, I was just calling to see if you could possibly look after Davy and Maria this evening. This evening? What happened? I came all the way out to the school for the PTA meeting, and it's kind of an important one, so I really have to stay. What? So now your kids are alone? Well, Paulie was supposed to be there, but he just went out, saying he was going to head to the bar or something. I'm so sorry to spring this on you so suddenly. He really just left them alone? Are you serious? This isn't the first time he's done that, is it? Anyways, I guess the kids are alone now. I better head over soon. Hazel, thank you so much. I know it's a lot to ask. You are such a lifesaver. That's okay. I should be able to head over in about 10. Thomas will be glad to have some friends to play with too. Really? Oh, that would be a huge help. Thank you so much, Hazel. Have the kids eaten already? Oh, I didn't even tell you. Paulie went ahead and ate the children's dinner that I prepared. I made a big lasagna, but he ate it all himself. That's terrible! Davy and Maria must be so hungry. After I pick them up, do you want to prepare something for them at my place? Could you? That'd be great. I'll definitely pay you back for it later. Anything simple is fine. They love chicken nuggets with ketchup. Yeah, I'll stop by the supermarket on the way back with the kids. Okay, that would be awesome. I'll call them and tell them to wait for you. Okay, I'll try to be over there as quick as I can. All right, thanks so much, Hazel. I shouldn't be too late as long as this meeting doesn't stretch on too long. I'll let you know when it finishes. Hey, that's what neighbors are for. We're all back at my place now. Thomas is showing Davy and Maria his train set. Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I'm sorry about all the trouble. No problem. Remember all those times you looked after Thomas when I was going through that situation?
How can I forget?
You helped me out back then, so anytime you need someone, I've got your back.
You're so sweet, Hazel. It's been a while since the whole Jack situation. I'm so happy it's mostly blown over by now. Men, am I right?
Yeah, after I found out about Jack's whole cheating escapade, then went through the divorce, I started to appreciate the company of children even more. They're so innocent.
Yeah, they can be a lot of work, but I wouldn't trade them for anything. That whole thing was about a year ago now, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember just fighting and arguing every day when it was all going down. Poor Thomas had no idea why his parents weren't getting along. And then one time I talked to you outside my house and I just told you the whole story. You were so supportive and listened to every word. Thank God I talked to you that day. I don't know how I would have gotten through that divorce without your support. You always watched Thomas for me on short notice too.
Of course, Hazel. I felt it really was the right thing to do, and I really don't mind looking after Thomas. He's a sweetheart.
Well, most of the time. So Lisa, what's going on with Paulie? The thing with the food, it's getting to be a problem, isn't it?
Well, kind of, yeah. Compared to before, he's been more dissatisfied with everything I make. I try to make things that he likes, but even those he just complains about.
That's not good. He should be more appreciative.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even tell you. So you know how my kids are taking soccer and ballet, right? They love it, especially Davy. He can't get enough of soccer.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Well, today, Paulie had the idea that we should take the kids out of their clubs to free up extra money for food.
No, that's terrible!
I know, right? The way he left it on the phone sounded like he actually took the money for Maria's ballet recital to go to the bar. Unreal, right?
Lisa! That's really unacceptable! Like, it makes me think maybe you'd be better off without him. I know how it sounds, a recent single mother telling her married friend to get a divorce, but I think those are grounds for one.
I've thought about it, honestly. But if I bring about the divorce, I have the feeling he's not going to let it happen smoothly.
Why would you think that?
He's told me before that if I want to file for a divorce, I should just go ahead and do it, but that he's not going to sign anything. Also, he insists that it's his right to not pay child support if he isn't the one to push for the divorce.
What's the backwards logic in that?
He says that he knows other men who've done the same thing with no problems. He's actually confident that nothing will change if he just ignores it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But fortunately, you don't actually need him to sign anything. Just lawyer up and push through it. Lawyers can get pretty expensive though, especially good ones. That's the only thing. Yeah, the cost of a lawyer is one thing. The other factor is that I don't have a job. I actually haven't worked for 6 years since Davy was born. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to jump back into the job market with my current skills. Even though Polly can be horrible, he does bring income into the household and allows us to live a decent life. Is money quite tight for you guys over there? Yeah, for instance, our food budget for each month is $200. If we spend any more than that, we don't have enough for some of the other bills. It's tight. Really? That tight, huh? One idea is getting a part-time job. That way you can make a bit of your own money and build up some independence. What do you think? The thing is, Paulie doesn't want me to get a part-time job. He thinks I'll be away from the house too much. He's of the mind that a woman should take care of the household. You know, cleaning, cooking, watching the kids. I do everything around here. Well, is there any way you could do it without him finding out? For instance, there's this deli near my work that's actually hiring at the moment. I'm pretty sure you could get short day time shifts. Also, you could take home some food from there as well. It would be a win-win. A deli, eh? That does sound doable, actually.
You're late again. Why do you always come home at a different time every day? I have to watch these kids and have no idea where you are. Don't tell me it's another one of those PTA meetings tonight.
You should know by now. Since I became committee leader of the PTA, I have to take a bigger role in organizing the meetings.
Do you think I really care?
Whenever the teachers call the house, I hear you on the phone with them. You always laugh and pretend like everything is okay.
I just do that to keep up appearances. You know that's not how I really feel. Whatever, I don't want to talk about that. We gotta talk about the dinners you've been making recently.
What's the matter this time?
You've been making some good stuff lately. You know how I like my ribs double glazed with barbecue sauce? Oh, and the potato salad with the bacon and deviled eggs?
I'm just making what I think you'll like, that's all.
That's the way to do it. Today's meal was great, Lisa. Cheesy beef enchiladas with guacamole and salsa. I couldn't help but finish the whole plate.
I'm glad you like them. Did Davy and Maria like them too?
Oh, there wasn't any left for them. I polished off the whole plate of enchiladas and was still hungry, so I went in the fridge and helped myself to some of that cake in the fridge.
What? You ate all the enchiladas. There were like 14 of them. It was supposed to be enough for you, the kids, and me when I got home. And that cake? That was the cake Maria made at school. She was looking forward to eating that.
Yeah, sorry, but it's my money that's paying for all these things, so in my opinion, I should be able to eat whatever I want. I don't know if it was the enchiladas or the cake, but one of them gave me some wicked indigestion. So I'm gonna need you to pick up some stomach medicine, buy that, and get back here quick. I'm really in some pain here.
Polly, this is all your fault. Why didn't you just stop before it got to that point? And you had to eat the cake too? Maria's gonna be so heartbroken when she finds out what you've done. Our kids cannot starve because of you. Get some food ready for them now.
Whatever, I think there's some chips somewhere around here. That'll be fine for the little brats.
I've had it with you.
Huh?
You heard me. I'm done. We're done. I want a divorce.
Okay, because I ate a plate of enchiladas. A bit of an overreaction, don't you think? Oh, maybe you want a divorce because I ate Maria's cake? Oh, I'm so sorry. I ate that barely edible piece of garbage. I wish I hadn't.
This isn't a joke, you idiot. I've had enough. I demand that we get a divorce.
Oh, demand, huh? Wow, the lady knows some big, scary words. You can't intimidate me. You and me both know that you have nowhere to go if we split up. You'd be out on the street. Without me bringing money into the house, there's no family. Everyone would starve.
Kind of like half our family are now. You don't even care about our kids. Every time I make more than enough food and you leave nothing for them. How selfish can you be?
Hey, I said they could have some chips, didn't I?
Stop joking, this is serious. All of my hard work in the kitchen, all my blood, sweat, and tears I put into making meals for our children, a complete waste. Because of you. Because you don't think about our children and their health. You only care about yourself. You're a selfish pig.
Be careful what you say, woman. Complain about one more thing and I might just go and change the locks. This is my house and these are my kids.
Our kids. And what are you talking about? How could you possibly raise our children without me? You don't know the first thing about parenting.
Nah, I'd figure it out. Just turn on the TV, throw some frozen dinners in the microwave, which you've been doing this whole time. See, single fathers get this subsidy from the government, really decent. Even when the parents aren't around, kids do fine. They find their own way. It's more fun for them that way. See, any way you look at it, I'm the one with the power. If you leave, I'll be fine. I'm not so sure how you'd make out, though. Now go pick up that medicine. I'm not gonna waste my precious time talking about pointless things. We're not getting a divorce. Lisa, that medicine you brought last night, it didn't do anything. I'm still feeling weak in the stomach. Knowing you probably bought the cheapest one they had. Come to think of it, I even started feeling some joint pain in my knees since this morning.
Yesterday's medicine. Those were just vitamins. I was thinking to buy over-the-counter medicine, but figured it might be a more serious problem, you know? Seeing a doctor might be a good idea, judging as this is not the first time you've had this pain, right?
I'm fine. Why didn't you just pick up the medicine from the drugstore? Are you stupid?
Well, there was something else.
Something else.
Your physical examination results came in. You never check your mail, so I went ahead and opened it.
Hey, you need to ask before doing that. That's private stuff. Anyway, what did it say?
Basically, your numbers were in the red, all across the board. Not good. So bad, in fact, that they ordered you to come in for a follow-up exam.
What? I feel fine. Well, other than this stomach problem.
Didn't you say your knees hurt too? Well, anyways, the doctors wrote a note saying they wanted to run some tests.
Tests? What kind of tests?
It looks like they want to run a diabetes test, check for high cholesterol, gout, etc. Oh, there's something about a blood clot test too. Sounds serious.
So they want to run all these tests. That doesn't mean I have any of those though, does it?
Well, you can only be sure if you go through with the tests, but they're insisting you make radical changes to your diet. I'm surprised they didn't tell you all this.
Well, the doctor did say something at the end of the exam. He mentioned exercise, limiting calories, making smarter food choices. But after the exam, I was feeling fine, so I really didn't see the need to change anything.
If you think about it, the food that you've been eating has been quite high in saturated fat. I never meant to give you that much, but you kept demanding more and more, so I had no choice. Thinking back on the calories that you were taking in each day, I'd say it was around 5,000 or 6,000 a day. Almost 2 or 3 times that of a typical man your age.
What? You're saying I was eating 3 times more than other guys? That can't be true. All my buddies eat around that much too, I swear.
I don't know if you've weighed yourself lately, but from the looks of it, you've put on a good amount of weight in the last 6 months. Also, remember we had to go to the workwear shop and get some new clothes? The old ones wouldn't fit anymore.
Shut up, I haven't gotten that fat. You've put on weight too. The whole family has, even our kids. Look at him.
Stop being delusional. You're the one whose shape has drastically changed. Don't try to change that topic. Anyways, what's important now is going to the doctor and going through with those tests. Then you can start to turn your health around.
If I really do have something like diabetes or high cholesterol, it's all your fault. I'm gonna blame it on you.
Ha! Don't you remember demanding that I cook all that food for you? You especially requested really unhealthy stuff. You wouldn't have eaten anything else.
I asked for that food, but you didn't have to give it to me. You clearly didn't have my best interest at heart, did you? And how could you even afford all that? Wasn't our food budget only $200 a month?
Yeah, well, there's something I haven't told you. I actually started working part-time at a deli in Cobblestone.
Working? Since when?
Probably about 5 or 6 months ago. At the end of each shift, I would always get leftovers to take home. It was all free of charge, of course.
Why didn't you tell me you were working? We talked about this, didn't we?
Honestly, I wanted to get away from you. I needed money to go through with this idea that I had. A plan, per se.
A plan? What kind of plan?
Well, I guess now is as good a time as any to tell you. I'm taking the kids and I'm going to live with them in an apartment. Without you. I've already moved in. The kids are here too. Oh, and I left the divorce papers on the kitchen table. So when you sign them, we'll be all set to go.
Lisa, you can't just take her kids without my permission. What are you thinking? And divorce papers? Didn't we already discuss this? It isn't gonna happen. And how can you even afford this? You're gonna be broke in a month. Our kids are gonna starve on your part-time salary.
We will be fine. You, Polly, qualify on several counts for being a neglectful parent. I've already spoken with the city worker who gave me the go-ahead to take the kids. They said that leaving the kids in your company would be leaving them in an unsafe and unstable environment. Their words, not mine.
Lisa, you get back here at this moment. I'm just about home. We need to talk.
No, Polly, we're done. There won't be any more discussions apart from the absolutely necessary ones for the divorce.
Why are you doing this to me? Why now?
Oh, you couldn't tell? I was waiting until you were too lethargic and out of shape to try and stop me. Look at you now. You finally hit rock bottom. You gotta turn this around for your own sake.
You're ruthless. I never knew you had this in you. How can you treat me so cruelly?
You should have seen it coming. Oh, I better go. Gotta make dinner for the kids.
Don't go. Let's talk. I can turn this around, I promise.
No thanks. I'm not gonna waste my precious time talking about pointless things. When Polly arrived home that day, the house was totally empty. I'd already taken the kids to the new apartment across town. Luckily, Hazel had helped me set up the new place while I was so busy at work, and thanks to her, the apartment was ready in time to move in. I heard that Polly actually did go back to the doctor for a retest. There, he found out he tested positive for diabetes. Not only that, the doctor said his cholesterol was dangerously high and he'd need to change his lifestyle immediately. After those shocking results, Polly had to drastically alter his diet, shifting to a more nutritious balance of vegetables and limited calories. Though it may have been too little too late, as he began suffering chronic pain in his joints, which were made worse by his physical construction job. Due to this, his weekends were never complete without a trip to the hospital for regular testing and physiotherapy. I heard that these days he doesn't meet friends much and lives in deep regret of all the things he lost. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe for more. See you next time!